everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 396, A Day in the Life of a London Barista. Intermediate. Ava awoke to the steady hum of early morning traffic outside her window. Living in London had been a dream of hers since she was a teenager. Now, at 24, she was living in Camden and working as a barista at a popular coffee shop called the Brewhouse. Her shift started at 6 a.m, and today was no exception. She got dressed quickly, choosing her favourite blue jeans and a comfortable grey t-shirt. Before heading out, she grabbed a banana for breakfast. The walk to the Brewhouse was just over 10 minutes. The streets were quiet apart from the occasional bus passing by. Ava relished these moments before the city truly came to life. Upon arriving at the coffee shop, she was greeted by Tom, her colleague who always seemed as cheerful as the sunshine. "Morning, Ava. Ready for another busy day?" he asked with a wide smile. "Always," Ava replied, tying her apron around her waist. She loved the early shift because it meant she could interact with the regulars who stopped by every morning. It was like a community gathering spot, and many of the customers were almost like friends to her now. As the clock struck 6, the shop opened its doors. The first customer was Janet, a kind woman in her 60s who always ordered a flat white. "Good morning, Janet," Eva greeted her. "Flat white as usual?" "Oh yes, please. You know me so well, dear," Janet replied, chuckling. The day picked up quickly after that, with customers lining up and orders being placed one after another. Ava moved behind the counter with practice efficiency, steaming milk, pulling espresso shots and chatting with customers. Her ability to remember names and orders always impressed new patrons and delighted the regulars. During her short break, Ava sat outside on a small bench. She took small sips of her own coffee, enjoying the cool breeze on her face. These moments of peace were precious in her busy day. When her break ended, she returned to the bustle. Just as the morning rush calmed, the midday crowd began to roll in. This was when business people and tourists alike filled the shop. Ava noticed a young couple from Australia trying to decide from the extensive menu. "Not sure what to choose?" she asked them with a friendly smile. The woman, looking a bit overwhelmed, nodded. "Everything sounds so good. What do you recommend?" "Our cappuccino is very popular, and you could pair it with one of our homemade croissants," Ava suggested. "That sounds perfect," the man replied, smiling back at her. As she prepared their order, Ava thought about each interaction. People came together over coffee, sharing stories and laughter, which reminded her of how universal the love for coffee was. It didn't matter where someone came from, the coffee shop was a place of refuge and connection. As the afternoon stretched into early evening, the shop's energy began to wane. Fewer customers trickled in, and the hustle of the lunchtime crowd faded. Ava started cleaning up the area, wiping down tables and organizing the counter. Tom began counting the till, making sure everything balanced out correctly. "Hardest part's over," Tom said with a sigh of relief. "You did great today, as always." "Thanks, Tom. It was busy, but I loved every minute of it," Ava replied, pocketing her tips. Before leaving, she exchanged goodbyes with her co-workers and stepped back into the street. London's skyline was painted with hues of orange and pink as the sun set. With her shift finished, she decided to treat herself to a walk along the canal, a tranquil routine she enjoyed after a busy day. She watched as the canal boats gently bobbed on the water and joggers passed by on their evening run. This serene moment was her own little reward, a contrast to her lively job. Being a barista wasn't just about serving coffee, she reflected. It was about making connections, creating small moments of joy in people's days. Ava returned home as night settled over the city, a sense of satisfaction washing over her. She considered the variety of people she had met that day, their smiles and stories. Though she was physically tired, her spirits were high. As she placed her apron on the chair, she realized she was already looking forward to the next day, to new interactions and familiar faces at the brewhouse. Vocabulary notes. Barista. Definition: a person who serves in a coffee bar. Example: Ava was living in Camden and working as a barista at a popular coffee shop called the Brewhouse. Similar words: coffee maker, server. Relish. Definition: to enjoy greatly. Example: Ava relished these moments before the city truly came to life. Similar words: savor, enjoy, appreciate. Community. Definition: a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Example: it was like a community gathering spot, and many of the customers were almost like friends to her now. Similar words: neighborhood, society. Efficiency. Definition: the ability to accomplish something with the least waste of time and effort. Example: Eva moved behind the counter with practiced efficiency, steaming milk, pulling espresso shots, and chatting with customers. Similar words: productivity, competence. Patrons. Definition: customers, especially regular ones, of a store or restaurant. Example: her ability to remember names and orders always impressed new patrons and delighted the regulars. Similar words: customers, clients. Breeze. Definition: a gentle wind. Example: she took small sips of her own coffee, enjoying the cool breeze on her face. Similar words: zephyr, draft. Bustle. Definition: busy and energetic activity. Example: when her break ended, she returned to the bustle. Similar words: hustle, activity, commotion. Refuge. Definition: a place of shelter, protection, or safety. Example: it didn't matter where someone came from, the coffee shop was a place of refuge and connection. Similar words: sanctuary, haven, retreat. Serene. Definition: peaceful and calm. Example: this serene moment was her own little reward, a contrast to her lively job. Similar words: tranquil, calm, peaceful. Interaction. Definition: communicating or direct involvement with someone or something. Example: Eva thought about each interaction. Similar words: communication, contact, engagement. Story written by Google Gemini 2.0 AI. Image created by DALLE 3 AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.
Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.